This time, I will discuss material related to translation where we are asked to analyze errors in the text, determine the type of equivalence along with the reasons and attempts. The analysis of the problems in the provided English text based on Montebaker's equivalence. Okay, the first one is a teacher is someone responsible for teaching students in the classroom, and a teacher must also be able to understand the character of every student, although some teachers do not pay much attention to this because they feel they already have enough experience. Okay, in my opinion, the problem with this sentence is included in textual equivalence, thematic and information structure. Why? Because the sentences are too long and complicated, making the information difficult to understand. And when you read it, it's breathless, right? So I think it's not effective to make the reader understand about the contents of the text. My attempt is break the sentence into two parts as in the translation text above. This is the correct sentence. Okay, so that the information conveyed is clearer and more structured. The second one, this is the same sentence, but there are other problem sentence included in textual equivalence cohesion. Why? The repeated use of the words a teacher makes the cohesion feel less unnatural, uninteresting, and disrupts the flow. And my attempt is replacing the repetitions of the word a teacher with personal pronouns like they. In my opinion, when you read a text and you find a repetition of the word in your text that you read, it will make you bored and uninteresting to continue reading it again, right? I feel so. Okay, next, third. Teachers who ignore students' character usually keep using the same lecture method, using students to feel bored and the teachers continue blah blah blah. Okay, the problem sentence of this sentence, it included in equivalence at word level. Why? Because the phrase metode ceramah yang sama is literally translated as same lecture method. However, the translation seems less natural. Okay, my attempt is replacing the terms lecture method or lecturing method to conventional teaching method because it will make it clearer. And when I searched in Google, I found that conventional teaching method is more makes sense than lecture method. Because conventional teaching method is like traditional approach or method and commonly used for long time. So this is like teaching method habits. So I think it more makes sense to translate metode ceramah yang sama because yang sama it means the method is repeatedly used in the past until now maybe. So yeah, I use conventional teaching method. Okay, 4. However, young teachers often use technology and young teachers are also more familiar with students than older teachers. It included in equivalence above word level. Why I choose this sentence? I put in this sentence into a problem sentence because the sentence structure and repetition of young teachers is less effective and natural in English. And my attempt is rephrase sentences to be more efficient, such as young teachers often use technology and are closer to students than older teachers. I think when I use this sentence, it will make the readers more understand about the contents of the text. Like when you, for example, you find the repetition of a word, it will make you confusing, right? So I make it easier to the readers to understand the text. Okay. Number 5, then teachers sometimes feel that students these days are less polite, although teachers never try to understand how today's students communicate, so the problem grows like a snowball. This text is included to textual equivalence, thematic, and information structure. Why? Because the sentence is too long, and so the problem grown like a snowball needs to be adjusted to a suitable English idiom. My attempt is break the sentence into several parts and replacing the idiom with. As a result, the problem has a snowball effect, growing bigger and more difficult to manage. I fixed the sentence to be like this because the word snowball here is ununderstandable because the readers of course will not understand what the meaning is. So I make it clearly to change the snowball word to be snowball effect, which is I searching in a Google and I find the meaning of snowball effect is this. You can read it. And I also explain the meaning it in the next sentence. Growing bigger and more difficult to manage. I just wanna make the readers easier to understand. So yeah. Next. Okay, the last one, 6. In the end, some teachers realized that if they don't change, then they will miss the train. It included into equivalence above word level. Why there's a problem in this sentence? Because the phrase ketinggalan kereta is an idiom, so it cannot be translated literally as missed the train. My attempt is the phrase ketinggalan kereta are more precisely translated as left behind. Why is better to translate left behind? Because left behind here means the teaching methods that the teacher use is not related to this era. It's not effective in this era, so that they are left behind. Okay, maybe enough from me. I hope you all understand that I've been talking about. Okay, thank you.